Konnichiwa, you lovely people, and welcome to another chapter of Rise of Team Outcast. Alright, you know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe to see more amazing videos from me. And today we're going to get a like goal of just simply two likes. If we can get if we can get 2 likes, I'll make a part 3. Is everyone ready? Let's get into it. Chapter 2. Exams and Catching a Traitor. Naruto sighed as he finally settled down for the night in his bed. After spending all day with his friends and his sister, he was ready to turn in for the night and go visit someone else. He lay down and closed his eyes, feeling a small pull in the back of his mind. He latched onto it and immediately was at like a light. When he opened his eyes, he smiled as he sat up in front of the large cage that held his mother. Had a rough day? His mother asked, stepping out of the shadows and laying down. He was the only one besides Natsumi who could enter the mindscape that held the cage. Yeah, just dealing with the rest of humanity was annoying, Naruto said with a chuckle as he walked through the bars of the cage and climbed on his mother's back. I know, I was watching through your sister's eyes. Very nice job on the transformation, I would like to say. However, next time, young man, no using me. She said, lightly scolding him and making him laugh. Sorry, it was a spur of the moment thing. Naruto said, calming down and let things settle into silence for a minute. So, tomorrow you graduate from the academy and become a full shinobi. You excited? Chibi asked. Excited and a bit nervous, but also ready, he said, smiling. And I'm guessing you finally plan on bagging that traitor of a substitute teacher, Mizuki? Chibi asked, cracking one eye open. Yeah, he's had it out for Natsumi since we began the academy. That man's to be brought down at all costs, Naruto said, growling seriously. Kyuubi sighed and moved one of her tails, wrapping around Naruto in a hug-like way. He smiled and held the tail. The size difference was how they hugged. Just promise me you won't get yourself hurt, Kyuubi said in a worried tone for her little kid. Don't worry, Mom. I'm not a kid anymore. I promise I'll keep my sister safe, Naruto said. All right, then. Get some sleep. You'll need it, Kyuubi said. Naruto nodded and closed his eyes, drifting off to sleep for real this time. When morning came, Naruto yawned as he pulled himself out of bed and went through his usual morning routine before heading downstairs to get breakfast. Hey, Naruto, you all ready for today? Minato asked, looking up from his paperwork. He often tried to eat at home with his son and daughter. Yeah, Dad, I'm all ready, Naruto said. He still called Minato his dad and Kushina his mom. Adopted or not, they treated them like family, and he still loved them for it. At that moment, Natsumi came stumbling down the steps, still looking half asleep. Have a rough night, sweetie? Kushina asked. I feel like I barely slept at all. I am so screwed today, Natsumi said with a groan. Relax, sis. You studied hard yesterday with me and the others, and you know the jutsu's inside and out. You'll do great, Naruto said, smiling and patting his sister on the back. You think so? Natsumi asked. I know so, he said. Speaking of which, you two better hurry and up and eat before you're late, Minato said. The two nodded and hurried through breakfast. After gathering their gear, they said goodbye to their parents and rushed off towards the school. After a good 10-minute sprint race, the two arrived and headed in to see for once they weren't late. Natsumi gave his sister one last reassuring pat on the back before heading up and joining Kenji and Kiana. You ready for this? Kiana asked him as they sat down. Please, this will be a piece of cake, Naruto said. He wasn't cocky, he just knew this would be easy. 20 minutes later, Iruka finally walked in. All right, everyone, quiet down, Iruka said. The class instantly was silent, which impressed him since he didn't have to use his big head jutsu. Now listen up. Today is the graduation exam. The exam is broken up into multiple parts. The first is written. Next is target practice, where we test your accuracy. Third is a sparring match. And finally, a test to see your performance on the 3 academy jutsus. Iruka said. He and Mizuki soon began passing out the tests. Naruto kept a blank face as Mizuki passed. He he hated the white-haired man, especially when he caught the small sneer sent towards Natsumi. Kept acting like an ass buddy. Tonight I take you down, Naruto thought. Alright, everyone, your time for the written test begins now, Iruka said. Naruto flipped the test over and began to read. 5 seconds later, he smirked and began to write. After the hour given to them was up, they headed outside to the target range, where they threw shuriken to see who had the best accuracy. Some were good, some were downright awful, others excelled. He watched as in front of him, Sasuke Uchiha went and hit all but one bullseye. Beat that loser, Sasuke said as he passed Naruto. The two were hated rivals. Sasuke because he didn't believe that anyone was better than him and Uchiha, and Naruto because Sasuke and his fangirls bugged the hell out of him. Alright, Naruto, you're up, Iruka said. However, Naruto, instead of walking up, turned to leave. I'll be at the sparring ring, Naruto said, as he tossed all 10 weapons over his shoulder. Not a single one missed the center. Iruka dropped his pen at the sheer accuracy Naruto demonstrated without even so much as looking. Sasuke, on the other hand, was fuming. Freaking emo. After the others had finished, they moved up to the sparring ring. Like with the target practice, things were a mix of good and bad. Natsumi finished her match having taken on one of Sasuke's many fangirls and pounded her into the dirt, and now stood with Kiana and Kenji as they watched the two prodigies enter the ring. Who's your money on? Kenji asked her. Smirking. He knew who he was betting on. My brother, hands down, Natsumi said, smirking as well. Alright, this is the last match of the day. Sasuke Uchiha, Iruka said, getting cheers from the fangirls. And Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, Iruka said. The two then got ready. Just give up now, loser. Save yourself the beating, Sasuke said. Yeah, you keep dancing in fairyland. I'll be here kicking your ass in the real world, Naruto said, jumping into the opening stance of his and his mother's style. Fox Fist. Iruka called it and the match began. Sasuke immediately came out swinging, but Naruto easily avoided the blows. The Fox Fist was an interesting style. Rather than just pound on a person, you let them wear themselves out by trying to hit you while you dodged and blocked. Stay still, loser! Sasuke yelled 5 minutes into the right when not a single blow was landed. Now why would I go and do that? Naruto said, smirking. Naruto, please, take this seriously, Iruka called. He had been watching and realized that wasn't the academy style, so he assumed Naruto was messing around. I am, Iruka-sensei, Naruto said, flashing him a spark-like grin. Naruto, just end it. We have other things to do today, Kiana called from the sidelines. Alright, you guys are no fun, Naruto said, rolling his eyes. Faster than anyone else could process, Naruto got under the Uchiha's guard and slammed an open palm strike to his face, launching him back and knocking him cold in one blow. The field was silent as they watched Naruto return to his friend's side. Where had that come from? Alright, everyone. Back inside for the last part. Mizuki will be handling it while I take Sasuke to the infirmary, Iruka said, picking up the Uchiha. Everyone else headed inside to complete the final piece of the exam. Most waited in the classroom as they waited for their name to be called, watching as those who did either came out with a headband or came out without one. Naruto hung out in the back and smiled when he saw both his friends leave the room with headbands. A moment later, he was called down. Alright, Naruto, simply show me you are proficient with 3 academy jutsus and you pass, Mizuki said. Naruto nodded and smirked mentally as he did the handstand and poofed away as the log took his place. Very good. Now the others, Mizuki said. However, Naruto didn't reappear. Who said I didn't? A menacing voice said behind Mizuki. He turned and yelled as three miniature cubies stood behind him ready to kill him. Naruto! He yelled, flaring, trying not to piss himself. The two clones poofed out and the real Naruto transformed back, laughing like crazy. I should fail you for taking that accursed form, Mizuki yelled. Oh, you have no sense of humor, Mizuki sensei. Not like I was actually gonna hurt you, Naruto said, still laughing. Mizuki growled. However, no, he couldn't hurt the kid. He simply gave him the headband and told him to leave. Naruto smirked as he walked out of the building and found his friends. So, did you do it? Kenji asked. Oh yeah, he damn near wet himself when I became mini versions of Mom. Naruto said in a low voice so others couldn't hear. Very nice. Makes me wish I could have seen it, Kiana said. However, before they could say more, all three saw Natsumi dejectedly walk out of the building and over to a swing. Tell me he didn't do what I think he did, Naruto growled. Mizuki had access to the records and scores, and he knew from the past he wasn't afraid to change his sister's grade. Apparently he did. So what are you going to do about it, Naruto? Kenji asked, watching as they all saw Mizuki appear and touch Natsumi. Get some payback, Naruto style, Naruto said, smirking. Later that night, Naruto was hopping across along the rooftops following his sister's scent. Earlier, his father had told him that Natsumi had broken into the Hokage vault and stolen a forbidden scroll. Now he had to find her along with the other Jonin and Anbu of the village. Already I could smell that traitor scent moving towards her. I just hope she has enough time to learn something, Naruto thought. He had been actually pretty proud of his sister for doing that, and hoped she could learn a jutsu from that scroll. He suddenly stopped and sniffed again. Haruka-sensei? What the hell is he doing out this far out? Well, I guess it makes sense he would find her too. That man has a better sense of tracking than even I do. He thought, pulling the hood up on a cloak he had brought with him and kept moving. Soon he reached the outskirts of the village and went into the forest. Keeping to the trees, he soon came across the scene of Haruka and Natsumi talking. Frowning when he heard of how his sister had been tricked, he had to inwardly suppress a growl when the traitor arrived, armed to kill her and take the scroll. So, that's your game, you white-haired bastard, Naruto thought. He kept pace with them when they began moving again, and kept close to his sister. All he did for the moment was watch, however. He inward he inwardly suppressed a bigger growl when Mizuki threw a giant shuriken at Natsumi and went wide-eyed when Haruka jumped to save her. I guess he got over his hatred with Mom. Alright, now you crossed the line you shouldn't have, Naruto thought as he brought his hands up and went through a series of hand signs. Fox Clone Jutsu, he whispered. Next to him, two copies of him appeared without smoke or noise. What's the plan, boss? The first asked. What if you sneak around and stay in Mizuki's blind spot and hit him with any and all long-range weapon you can? The other transform into a Nejanara so I can engage from the front, Naruto said. The first nodded and hopped off. The second poofed silently and became a Nejanara with a cherry wood handle wrapped in chains. A fox head with its mouth open was biting the red and silver blade. Naruto smirked. The fox one was his own original jutsu, modeled after the shadow clone. The clones, however, were fueled with yokai, or demon chakra, which meant they were far more durable, and anything they transformed into was a solid copy instead of just an illusion. Keeping his hood up, he hopped down as Mizuki threw the second star. Just before it could hit, however, he appeared and cut it down the middle with his weapon. Don't you know it's rude to attack a lady? He said to Mizuki's shocked face. Who was this person? Who the hell are you? Mizuki demanded. The person who's going to kick your sorry traitor butt, Naruto said, leveling the blade to Mizuki. Mizuki growled and threw a hail of shuriken at the cloaked figure. However, Naruto moved faster and weaved in between the barrage of stars resulting in not a single scratch to his cloak. "You'll have to do far better than that," Naruto growled as he rushed up the tree and took a swing with his polearm. Mizuki could barely dodge and jumped away as the tree branch was cut in half. Naruto was soon hot on his tail. The white-haired trader tried to escape back into the forest, but a giant shuriken came out of nowhere and stopped him, barely cutting his face. "Oh, no you don't. You're not getting away when you attack the fellow leaf shinobi and try to make off with the forbidden scroll. Not to mention you attacked the current Hokage's daughter," Naruto growled. "That thing is not the Great Fourth's daughter. It is the Kyuubi reborn. Can't you see? All I was doing is my part for this village," Mizuki said, sweating. "She isn't the Kyuubi, you traitor," Naruto said in a low voice. "Yes, she is. She is possessed by it," Mizuki yelled. "No, she's not the Kyuubi. Because I am," Naruto said, ripping off his cloak. Instead of being normal, however, he stood as a bipedal golden fox with 9 flowing tails. Naruto had discovered this trick years ago, a hybrid of his natural fox form and his human form. He called it his 9-tailed warrior form. Mizuki looked stunned and terrified as Naruto leveled his blade at him again. "Now then, where were we?" he asked and rushed forward. Mizuki's screams rang out through the night as birds flew away from the dark trees. The sounds of a truly painful beating was heard. Back at the clearing, Natsumi was doing the best she could to patch up Iruka-sensei. She didn't want this to happen. All she wanted was to be able to graduate and be a ninja with her brother and her friends. Now her favorite teacher was hurt, and she didn't know if she could save him. A rustle from a nearby bush caused her to jump and reach for a kunai. A moment later, the cloaked man returned, carrying Mizuki over his shoulder, the trader all bound and ready for processing. "That's close enough. Who are you?" she demanded. "Aw, sis, I'm hurt," a voice said, one she recognized. "Naruto?" she asked, at a loss for words. Naruto smiled a cheeky grin as he took off the hood and flashed her a peace sign. "Sup, sis? Nice night." "Ha!" he said. She laughed and tackle hugged him. "Don't do that to me, you jerk. You had me terrified it was someone else," she said, smiling nonetheless. Yeah, I hear you," Naruto said. Then Natsumi realized something. "Wait, Naruto, did you beat Mizuki?" she asked. "Yeah, the guy was a pushover. He got kicked around by a kid, something fierce." Naruto said, making a laugh. Oh, but then behind her, a groan was heard. "Ugh. Natsumi, are you okay?" Iruka asked. "Yeah, I'm fine, Iruka-sensei. Naruto came and saved my butt," she said, smiling, pointing to her brother. "Naruto? Did you really?" "Yes, of course, Iruka-sensei. Did you expect anything else?" Naruto asked, giving him his usual fox grin. "Guess I shouldn't have," he said, making them all chuckle. "Oh, that reminds me. Natsumi, close your eyes for a second," Iruka said. She looked confused, but otherwise did as he asked. Naruto watched happily as Iruka took off his headband and tied it to Natsumi's head. "All right, Natsumi, you can open your eyes now," Iruka said. Natsumi nodded and looked confused until Naruto held up a small mirror for her to use. She gasped and her eyes widened as she broke into a smile. "Congratulations, Natsumi. You graduated," Iruka said. He himself had gone back through the girl's test scores and found the error. He had been looking for her to tell her when he heard about the scroll. "Well, sis, you ready for what comes next?" Naruto asked, holding up a knuckle. "You know it," she said, fist bumping him as the morning's light began to shine on the duo's new day as a ninja. All right. Well, that was chapter 2 of Rise of Team Outcast. I hope you all enjoyed this little episode of mine. Gotta say, I think I'm finally starting to get used to this. Oh, who am I kidding? It's gonna take me longer than 2 days to get used to it. But, seriously, thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed. And another thing, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any requests of stories you want me to read, put them down in the comment section. And as I said before, 2 likes and I'll upload part 3. So you know what to do. Crush that like button. Make it rise. Make it sweep. Bury it alive if you have to. Oop. That got over dramatic quickly, didn't it? Anyway, this has been the Chaos Master, and it's great to be here. Until next time, Chaos Control!